Hello, fight fans. Welcome to another episode of More Than a Fight podcast. I am your host, Jose Alfredo Alcázar, and this is episode 18. This is your co-host.
Juan?
And behind the scenes, we got
John.
And today, we're going to delve into the world of boxing, a couple fights from this past weekend, and then we're also going to hit a few news and notes.
All right. So
And
let's
we'll
get
kick it
started.
off with- Let's go.
Unfortunate news.
So yeah, Demetrius Andrade versus what's his first name?
Zach Parker.
Called off.
Yeah, well,
Well, on Andrade's side, yes.
he didn't want to fight for the 200,000 they were going to give him. I don't know how much, but
I would imagine he would have gotten, yeah, and Parker would have gotten like 105.
Right. So the bid was 305K. That's all they can
350,
be
no?
paid.
What was it, 305?
well,
Either way, it was a little bit.
it was smaller than he. I don't know. I guess they didn't feel the money was going to be there, but he doesn't fight, so this is a problem. He could have easily beat Parker, I think, and collect some money and fight someone else.
I think at this stage of his career, he probably didn't want to fight for that amount, especially based on all the things that he's been through. And I think for me, this is where I get a headache with boxing as compared to UFC.
Mhm.
Because in the UFC, this dude wouldn't have a problem.
There's
But in
no
boxing, there is a problem.
UFC doesn't give him a chance. Hey, you're fighting him, and that's that.
Exactly. But my thing is, he had a belt at 160 for almost 3 years.
Okay,
Called out everybody. Canelo.
he called out
Triple G,
Canelo.
Charlo. Who
Canelo
else?
was not even in the weight anymore.
Called out Munguia even. Called out all these dudes. Nobody wanted to fight. The biggest one that I will always point to is Jermall. Because Charlo had a title. Eddie Hearn put out some information showing that he sent Charlo a contract or a offer of, he said $7 million. That's a lot of money.
And Charlo turned it down.
And Charlo turned it down.
So why do you think Andrade pulled up? You just think it's just the money?
Yeah, and I think, I think it's the money. I think it's the fact that he doesn't feel that he's being shown any respect, and you're going to offer him $200,000, which is probably what he was making before he got with Hearn.
But like Juan said, like, bro, you're not fighting. Like, nobody's gonna be like, oh, we gotta watch.
No one's gonna say, "Oh, Andrade pulled out. Let me fight. Let me call him out." No,
Yeah.
like you said, they don't call him out. Just take the freaking fight, win, as he was gonna win this fight, and fight Munguia next week.
I hear that, but the thing is, even if he wins this fight and beats Zach Parker, what's going to be said right after? You beat who?
At least
That's what's going to happen. That's
at
what
least
always
they're
happens to him.
active.
He knocked out Scott Quigley in under 8 rounds. Nobody wanted to fight him after that.
I don't think
This time he knocked the guy out. He didn't look to just box and avoid punishment. He stood in there, knocked out Scott Quigley, still couldn't get a fight at 160 pounds. Gennady Golovkin opted to go get Ryota Murata in Japan.
He should have just fought
and
Janibek.
sat out a year.
He should have fought Janibek. He shouldn't have pulled out of that one either.
But it just, I don't know. I think it sucks because with him, everybody says he should have, or everybody forgets that he called all these people out and nobody wanted to get in the ring with him. And that's bullshit. And that's where, like I pointed out the UFC earlier. In the UFC, he would have gotten these fights. And I always use this analogy of tennis because this past final, it was this year. I can't remember what. I want to say it was the Australian Open. Could be wrong. Novak Djokovic played Nick Kyrgios in the final.
Mm-hmm.
Very few people know who Nick Kyrgios is. If he walked by them in public, they wouldn't know who it was. If it was Roger Federer, Rafa Nadal, or the Joker, people would know who that is in public or on TV. But Nick Kyrgios got the shot at the title in tennis. In boxing, that doesn't happen.
But
Boo gets shafted. And I know a lot of people are always going to say, his style. And it's his fault and all this bullshit. He was a champion. He was not shown the respect that a champion should get. Doesn't matter the sport. If you're a champion, you should be able to get the fight that you want, or should be able to get another champion in the ring with you, whether it's Gennady Golovkin or Jamal Charlo, which was at middleweight. And now 168, I don't know who he's going to get in the ring with him. I don't know. Who can he get?
He's not getting anyone. I don't think.
Maybe
I don't think it's
Benavidez,
gonna
because
happen.
Benavidez is frustrated that he can't seem to get any fights.
Benavidez might prove a point there.
That's the only guy I think he could get. Because let's say Caleb Plant beats Anthony Durrell, which he should. And if he doesn't, then he should. He should. I don't want to say it.
Let's not get too far.
Will Caleb Plant go take on somebody like Boo Boo? I don't think he would.
Nah. All right, moving on.
Yeah,
it's just bullshit.
Some more bullshit.
Yes.
Number one bullshit.
Tyson Fury's being like Mayweather now. He just can't stay out of the limelight. He just likes the attention.
So the lead up, right, is that Fury, Joshua, supposedly contract was signed, or contract was delivered.
Was sent to Joshua, he says.
Yes. And then today, Monday, was D-Day. Was the last day. And he said, he posted a video, it said, 5 p.m., no contract is signed, you're done. You know?
So he's going to
have a good life. That's what I said to my ex last time I texted. Have a good life.
Damn, bro. That's pretty... That's nice, but pretty mean.
It's so petty. That's what I'm trying to say. It's so petty.
No, Fury's just playing games, man. This is the part I don't like. I mean, when Fury's serious, now it's hard. No, what I'm trying to say is, it's hard to tell when Fury's serious now. Before with Deontay Wilder, before he got that fight, he was serious. He's like, I'll fight Wilder, and he actually did. Since then, since the Wilder fights, I feel like he just BS's a lot now. Because supposedly he's going to fight Anthony Charr, I think is his name.
Manuel Charr.
Supposedly that's the guy he's going to fight now. But the thing is with Anthony Joshua, and this is what I was telling John, is I think he's moving the goalpost. First, Hearn and Joshua said, yes, we'll do it, but can we do it on the 17th of December? And Tyson Fury's like, nope, you're either going to do it the last Saturday of November or December 3rd, which is a Saturday as well. Mm-hmm. And he didn't want to not give into, but he didn't want to even entertain the 17th of December. And now, supposedly, they had to have this contract signed by Monday. But Frank Warren claims the talks are still ongoing, and Frank Warren's the promoter. So this is where I think Tyson Fury is just bullshitting. I hate it personally because I don't think that's showing Joshua any respect. But I hope this fight happens, but if it doesn't, I won't be surprised either.
I wanted to see it.
Oh, I want to see it. It would be a great fight.
Oh, 100%.
I was hoping Joshua freaking caught him in the chin.
Oh, and be right in Dubai?
Because even the viewership, let's say it's still in Dubai. Manuel Charr or Anthony Joshua, what do you think the viewership's going to be for those?
Well, Joshua still brings many. I mean, he
100%.
has
what I mean is,
fans.
let's say he does Charr. The viewership's going to be at 200,000.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua, 1 million plus. Two, maybe more than that.
No, 1 million.
I just wish that Tyson Fury would stop doing this shit because he looks like Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, and I think he's just bored and has nothing.
Yeah, that seems to be. Yeah, that's
he loves the attention. I retired. I'm retired.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's getting old.
So speaking about weird belts
and
the ramifications, boom.
Yes, sir.
So this Friday we had Shakur Stevenson versus Robson Conceicao.
So we had Puerto Rico versus Brazil right there.
Yeah,
that's nice.
So yeah, what did you guys think?
Well, before we jump into the fight, I want to. I'm assuming because if fans are watching this podcast, I'm assuming they knew what went down with Shakur Stevenson's weight and him not making it.
Yeah.
Me personally, I thought it was bullshit. After what I heard, Conceicao's claim that
he's playing
that
ping pong.
Shakur didn't even try to make the weight.
No, he didn't.
I don't know if you heard any of that.
Well, he weighed in and didn't say he wasn't going to try.
100%.
Unless he gave, but then he said, "I gave it my all before I got."
Hey, I'm telling you,
I don't know.
They're taking lessons from the UFC fighters. They're like, "Hey, I missed weight. You can't do shit about it.
Do you want to get paid or not?"
Yeah.
Yeah, I know Hobson, because apparently it's not Robson. My bad. I know he got like $50,000 extra. Shakur had to pay like a $20,000 fine to the commission. But I just left a bad taste in my mouth because I'm like, you could have at least tried to make the weight, and it just seemed like
it was 1.6.
He didn't even want to bother with it.
1.6 pounds.
And then when the fight or when the card started on ESPN, I felt like they didn't even really
Yeah, he did
like
get in there.
nitpick Stevenson for it
Oh, no,
or
100%.
criticize him enough for it. And I'm not trying to like say anything bad about Andre Ward, but I really felt he was being biased, and I don't like when commentators are biased, and that's what I felt like more so Andre Ward was doing. And yes, I think he advises Stevenson and all that, but
Andre Ward's very biased.
I didn't like it.
Usually,
at least go, hey man, you got to show respect to your opponent. Try to make the weight. Be a professional.
That's the least.
If they try to make it positive, though,
to the weight, try and make the weight.
Listen, bias is the least of the problems with boxing commentary. You know what I mean? Like,
I like watching
so
the Mexico commentators do. They're way worse.
But
they don't hide it. They don't hide it.
The biggest thing, right, is there's what 3-4 belts vacant, just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody there. You know,
we're gonna get some good fights out of it, though.
I just think that it sucks for Conceicao. I know we'll get into the fight right now. Sorry.
No. I mean,
I feel like he got shafted 2 times in a row, both times for a title shot.
But he wasn't gonna win anyway.
With Valdez, it was the T thing or the diuretic, whatever you want to call it.
He wasn't gonna win.
And then
anyways.
with Stevenson, he didn't even bother to make the weight.
Well, I mean, do you really think 1.6 pounds would have made a difference in this fight?
Well, we don't know what effect it could have had on Stevenson's.
You just said you don't
wearing
think
him
he
down
tried.
a little.
No,
as in if he actually tried to make the weight once he hit the scale, knew he was down. He knew he was 1 pound and 6 ounces off. Had he tried to cut down, how much of that would have taken out of him?
Well,
see, that's why he didn't do it, because you're saying if he had went for that 1.6, he would have been compromised.
Yeah, he said I couldn't make it. I didn't want to damage my health or.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
That's exactly what he said. I know,
but my point is, you're the champion. You agreed to the weight. You agreed to the opponent.
But yeah, it's crazy.
Show some respect and try to make the weight. But if you're not even gonna bother with that 2-hour window that every fighter gets when they don't make the weight at the initial weigh-in, and you didn't even try,
that's UFC stuff.
But anyway. But we'll get into the fight because then it sounds like I'm hating on Stevenson.
No.
So
let's
get
fight
into
was
the
good.
fight.
But no. The fight was good. He dominated. There's not really much to say.
Robson tried in the first round through some
Robson
overhead
did good.
rides.
Robson had some spots where he was doing pretty good.
No, 100%.
But Stevenson
won every round except for one.
Yeah.
Stevenson's just on another level.
This one was pretty good.
He's on another level.
I'm just excited to see him move up and fight the 135 pounders. That's where the talent's at.
And so that exactly. This is where we're coming to, right?
Yeah.
Is that
so he called out Haney. I mean, let's go.
You got Haney, you got Davis, you got Garcia. Now I consider these guys.
We got Cambosos too.
Well, no, but I consider these guys the top 3 runner.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then the champ is
the champion is on the left.
Yes.
The other 2 don't have belts, contrary to popular belief.
Oh, no, 100.
Because BoxRec says
thank you. We got BoxRec up here, and if you guys want to go online, go to BoxRec, look at ratings, go to light, and look who they have number 1 over Devin Haney, which is garbage. BoxRec, you need to fix that.
Haney should be number 1.
Tank Davis does not have a belt at 135. I don't care what Leonard Ellerby says on Twitter.
What about on Instagram?
Wherever the hell Leonard Ellerby says it. That guy, man.
But out of these 3, which one do you think is the most likely?
Oh, Haney, because he's with ESPN as of right now. He's still with Top Rank, I mean. Because ESPN.
You don't think they're going to give him like a filler fight?
Stevenson?
Yeah.
Yes, I think they will.
This is where I think these guys come into it.
I think it would be more so. Oh, I don't know. Because Haney wants Lomachenko should he beat Cambosos.
And Ortiz,
in,
Jermaine Ortiz.
Actually coming up.
But Stevenson wants Loma too.
No, he's not going to get him. Haney will get him first. Because Haney's the champion. And that's
Loma
the way
take his belts
be.
back, and then he can fight Shakur Stevenson after.
Ooh, take the belts back.
I mean, I think
he could.
Lomachenko definitely has a chance of beating Devin Haney, but Haney is much bigger. And Loma hasn't. Loma's last knockout was who?
He's a little guy at this
Yeah,
weight.
it's been a
man.
while.
No, yeah. And
But-
yeah, for you fans that hate on Lomachenko mainly on Twitter, you imbeciles, remember that this is not his natural weight. 135 is not his natural weight. He is great at 126 and 130. 135, he's fighting bigger guys. So that's what you idiots need to realize.
Bro, the
That
language.
you need to get your facts right and realize that Lomachenko moved up. This is not the weight where he's the most effective at.
Nope.
So, if you were to look at these guys, right? Like
Yep.
you were talking the last week about the perfect end of the year. Loma has a fight kind of lined up, right?
Oh,
Yes.
it's lined up. He's fighting Jermaine Ortiz.
Yes.
Okay, so it was Loma versus Jermaine Ortiz.
Mhm.
We have a Haney Kambosos too. Teofimo's off. Do we
Teofimo's at
get?
140 right now, so
Yeah, he's gone now.
Do we
Garcia
get?
supposedly at 140 also though.
No.
He claims he is.
Tank will make him move down.
All right.
So Tank.
That fight, I don't want to get anybody too excited, but that fight could potentially happen. Tank and Garcia.
Right.
And if that fight happens, that will freaking trump Haney versus Loma, Stevenson versus Loma.
Oh yeah.
To me, that would trump all of them.
Crawford Spence. I'm just kidding.
Even now, yeah,
No,
actually,
yeah.
It won't, dude.
My timing.
It won't. Yeah, that was pretty good. It ain't gonna trump that fight.
Pisses
This is the
me
fight we
off.
want to see, man.
Yeah. I
Crawford
mean,
Spence.
it's crazy to me that it's still not signed. Like,
It's-
just get it. Like, what are you guys arguing about?
It's infuriating.
Money.
How much
splits.
money? Because, like, think about how long they've been negotiating this.
It's
I don't know, man.
so much money, man.
But right,
They should
at
just-
least-
But again,
Come
I've said
on.
it time and again. The PBC screwed themselves by not letting Terrence Crawford fight their fighters when they could have and should have. He should have already fought Keith Thurman. He should have already fought Danny Garcia. And he should have already fought Sean Porter before he did. He could have had a rematch with Thurman, with Porter, and then, or even fought Ugas.
Porter's retired.
But the PBC wanted to do everything under their umbrella, and now we still haven't gotten a damn press conference or an official announcement directly from the PBC or Steven Espinosa around him. It's garbage. It's so dumb.
Uh,
Can't stand it.
So, sticking on that card, we do have one of the great prospects coming
Yes.
out. What is it? Keyshawn Davis
Yes, sir.
versus Omar Tienda?
Omar
Why,
Tienda.
why are you guys making me do the name?
Because you have a unique way of saying them, dude.
Right.
People can relate. Yeah, Omar Tienda versus Keyshawn Davis.
Oh,
Just
shit.
looking at Tienda's record, past
My
fights. I mean, I'm Mexican. I like supporting the Mexican fighters, but I knew he was gonna get knocked out.
We knew.
It was Keyshawn Davis. Like, looked pretty slick.
But he's up and coming, and with all due respect, at the end, we knew what this was. It's a fight that to keep Keyshawn's a learning.
Confidence.
This is a
and-
learning
yeah.
curve, and
Yeah.
he's only 6 fights into his career, so he still has a lot to go.
They were already throwing him in the pool with Shakur.
Yeah,
Like
they
135.
they were reaching.
Again, yeah,
We're not there yet.
maybe, but Andre Ward obviously knows more about boxing. So
Yeah.
he claims that Keyshawn is it, that he's the next star, and he's gonna dominate.
Yeah,
Which
so
I guess we'll see.
he trains with Terrence Crawford, so
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
he spars with Terrence, so helps him a lot,
Oh hell yeah,
right?
hell yeah.
Both,
Nobody
but
better.
Both of those guys, right? Shakur's down there.
No, Shakur. I don't. No, Shakur gets trained. I think he trains in Houston,
Yes.
right? But he's boys with Crawford. Right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think he trains with Crawford. Maybe he does spar over there. Who knows? I wouldn't doubt.
But yeah, I don't know when we would see Keyshawn in there with somebody of note. Not even next year. Like I said, he's
No.
only into his 6 fights into his career. Granted, he looks great. I think won't be until 2024 when we really see him get tested by somebody of note.
So
But he looks great. Looks great,
It's-
but
It's crazy
Still got
that
a lot to go.
135 is
oh yeah,
just
man,
going nuts.
there's killers.
It's just going. No, I'm just saying like the churn in it. Like usually, you know what I'm saying? Like there's like a step up. Like there's levels. Like okay, you gotta fight this guy, then this guy.
Yeah.
No, this stuff is constantly moving around and like yeah, it's an interesting division.
Right.
And then let's move on to Saturday.
Joe Joyce and Joseph Parker.
Yeah, the Juggernaut, man. Joe Molasses fucking Joyce, man. He's a beast. He's an offensive machine, though. As slow as he is, he just
The Juggernaut.
Those punches do not stop coming.
I was blown away by
His jab is crazy too,
His
man. His
jab-
jab lands.
but just the amount of punches he took from Parker. Because Parker landed some mean ass shot.
And walk right
And
through.
Joyce was just like, okay. And then kept pressuring him, kept hounding him. And just, yeah, man. I felt bad because Parker was boxing well. He was using his jab, landing that overhand right,
Yeah.
throwing to the body. But Joyce just wouldn't move. He was just, okay. And he kept coming, and he was throwing that very slow jab, but it was landing. He would throw it on the inside and just, but it was just like,
I seen Joe Joyce in person. He's freaking huge.
and
dude.
you're just like, how is he doing that? But the guy just has a granite chin. You always hear that, but this dude has a granite chin. Parker hit him with, I don't know how many clean right hands. I should have counted them.
It was probably
but-
like 2 or 3.
Yeah, he landed a few.
But
'cause-
no, the numbers, I forgot the CompuBox numbers, but the numbers for Joyce were like in the triple digit. And Parker was only in the double digit.
Yeah, it's crazy how accurate he is, and people like see his punches coming. I mean, how can you not?
Yeah.
But he lands them.
Yeah, so great performance by Joyce. But what does that say, right? Now after
just like,
Oh, he's gonna
Oh,
fight Fury now. Let's
man.
go.
that
Tyson Fury
makes
already doesn't
sense,
punch
right?
That hard. Let's go.
But,
But
you
Parker
know-
did what he could, man. It was just like, oof. Freaking Joyce. This
I
is
don't know
it's
what
crazy
that poses.
to see.
Hey.
He wouldn't land
yeah.
one punch on me in 12 rounds. I don't
Hit me
think
with
he
a
can hit me
fucking
with a
handful of
fucking
rice.
handful of rice. Get out of here. I sounded more New Yorker than Tyson Fury.
Yeah,
a
I
good
know,
one.
you did not sound
Um,
But yeah.
No, Joyce is gonna land on him if they ever do fight, but he won't do it.
No,
But
I think
I
Joyce
think
is
Tyson
way
Fury
too slow.
is the one that could slow him down. I don't think Joe Joyce can be stopped.
I don't think he'd be slowed
With
down
the
because he's
shots
already
that-
slow as it
that
is.
Yeah.
Joseph
Suck-
Parker hit him with, and he didn't like budge. It was insane.
Tyson doesn't hit harder than Parker either.
That's what I'm saying.
And his movement's gonna get. I mean, Parker never tired out like he did ever before. This fight, he was freaking winded because he was just getting mentally pressured and
Yeah.
he wouldn't stop coming
Joe
forward.
Joyce was just hounding him. He would not get off of him. And like I said, he was just landing those little right hands on the inside, the jabs, and then he would throw the the left
It was a
jab,
left jab,
landing
yeah.
the right hands here and there.
But he mixes up his
And then
punches
of
so
course,
well.
when he knocked him out is when he really landed some hard shots on Joseph Parker. And credit to Joseph Parker too, because he had a chin as well, but
He
it was
gassed
that
out.
pressure, man.
No,
but it
he
was
gassed
out.
out.
That was part of it too. But no, but he took a lot of shots from
He took a lot, but yeah,
from
he,
Joe
he
Joyce,
has a good
man.
He
chin,
gassed
but-
out like third round.
he kept throwing though.
Oh no, the heart is there, but the conditioning. And this is when he was training with Fury and everything, right? Fury's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna see the best Joseph Parker you ever seen.
Well, the best Joseph Parker couldn't do it, and the best Joseph Parker beat Andy Ruiz. I mean,
Ooh.
not cleanly, but he did beat him.
Maybe that'll be the next fight for Ruiz.
I hope it's not Ruiz versus,
Or not Ruiz.
versus Joyce, because
That's gonna be lame.
Joyce will whoop his ass, sadly. He's too tough. You can't stop him.
And Joyce is like
He's a
way too
monster.
tall.
He's too...
Ruiz is like 6'1", right?
Yeah. I mean,
On a
he's
good day.
quick, but punches still land. No matter who Joyce fights, no matter how quick, even if it's Fury, he's going to land.
Oh, and I like how Fury said, "Oh, he's a big guy. I'm taller than him. Oh, he's a heavy guy.
He's not a
I'm
big guy.
heavier than
He's
him."
taller, but he ain't a bigger guy.
It'll be interesting to see what
Yeah.
happens because now I don't. I used to. I before this fight, I thought, or when this fight was announced, I thought that Joe Joyce was going to have a direct line to Tyson Fury, but now I don't think that anymore because Tyson Fury's over here trying to play.
I think it is
um,
maybe better because the Joshua pulled out.
Yeah, but they're not going to put Joshua in with Joe Joyce. That's
No.
insane.
Fury, Joe Joyce.
No, I don't think that'll happen next.
I don't think it'll happen either. I want it to
I
Why?
think
happen.
Because
Fury-
he thinks it's a easy fight.
I think Fury will fight Emmanuel Carr or
Or
Deadly
Deadly in White. Then who?
One more time? Dillian White?
Dillian.
I hope it.
Isn't that
I hope what
two?
happens is that Fury keeps bullshitting and then just fights Alexander Usyk for undisputed in February.
Or do that, yeah.
Kalenius.
Is fighting Wilder. If he beats Wilder.
No, because the winner of that fight's gonna fight Andy Ruiz.
Yeah, that's kind of already made too.
All right. Boom.
Amanda Serrano.
Versus the New Yorican versus
Sarah
oh, I forgot where she's from.
Mahfoud?
Mahfoud.
Yeah,
From
she's
Denmark.
from Copenhagen. Yeah, Denmark.
Yeah, she Amanda Serrano was too quick, too good, and too strong more than anything.
Bro.
You could see the levels. The levels were just different.
Well,
Serrano
Mahfoud
was
did
just
land,
eating.
but they didn't even make Serrano flinch.
Yeah,
No.
exactly. Like Serrano just eat
But to me, and I say this even with the Galahad fight, which we might touch on later, Mahfoud needed to go after Serrano.
Can't.
This is your chance.
Can't.
You're fighting somebody who's been a champion, undisputed.
She couldn't.
Fought at Madison Square Garden, took on Katie Taylor, took on all these names. You have to go get them. This is your opportunity.
It's
and
her
she
11th
didn't.
fight.
Or maybe she just realized I can't.
Or, no, I'm sorry. It was her 12th
Because
fight.
There was nothing she
Amanda
could have done.
clearly outboxed her.
And it
without-
was the first time
much of a
she was
problem.
fighting outside of Copenhagen.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna.
She had never been out of Denmark. Like, yeah, it was a setup.
Oh, at least I bet these fights in one.
Hey, there you go.
I gave the
Yeah.
money back though, sadly. Freaking
Oh.
football Sunday, dude. I should have cashed every.
Who's
dime.
ball?
I wasn't a fan of this. I felt this was some. I mean, okay, she found somebody with a belt.
Right.
That is something, 100%. Don't let me discount it, but like, yeah,
It was no match, though.
yeah.
Different level.
What are we? This is September. So Katie Taylor fights October 29th. So we could potentially see the third one in April.
Katie Taylor might fight Cyborg. No, I'm kidding. We don't want that.
No.
That was terrible.
That's,
No, yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, so there's a potential for the third fight to take place in April. I'm hoping in Belfast for the sake of Katie Taylor.
Right.
But I'm wondering if that's going to happen only because this fight that she's scheduled to do, the schedule to go down is in London. It's not in Ireland, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's still because of politics. I would have to research that. I was hoping her next fight was going to be in Belfast.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, still that isn't the case.
And Maxi Hughes versus Kid Galahad. You take over this one. I
Yeah.
didn't have a chance to watch this one.
This fight was
It was
it was-
okay.
it was okay. That's a great way to put it. Good, yeah. Because I
Yes.
thought, again, I was expecting Kid Galahad to come out and avenge his loss with from Kiko Martinez, and he was moving up, so this would be better for him physically. But Maxi Hughes he was the more active fighter and used that right hand as far as his jab was concerned, and he landed it beautifully, in my opinion. And Galahad just never really
Well, see,
pressed him or attacked him the way he should have.
You're right. But also, he did more damage than Hughes did. You know what like, it's a weird thing. Like, yeah, I get you. Like, he didn't press it harder. He just kind of kept doing his thing. And some of it was working, but not all of it, you know?
But he was hesitant too.
But
That's
look
what I
at it,
didn't
he's
like.
stunned.
In the early rounds, I felt Galahad was just hesitating too much and letting Hughes win the rounds with that jab.
Yeah.
And I know a jab doesn't sound attractive, but if it's landing and it's what the judges see more and the other guy's just trying to find a window throw punch, the more active fighter is going to win the round. And Galahad, to me, in the early rounds, gave away too many.
Yeah. No, that's the whole thing. Is that Galahad kind of just stuff was working, but it wasn't. I don't know.
It's
how
like,
to
especially
say.
if you're coming off a loss, you can't. I understand that psychologically maybe he was affected, but he moved up to. This is why he moved up to 135 was because he couldn't make 130 anymore, and it drained him too much.
Like Shakur.
So
Yes.
I don't know.
Hey, Shakur versus fucking Galahad.
Yeah,
No,
no, that ain't
no,
gonna, that, no,
no.
no.
That
Let's
would
not
be
do
a
that
massacre.
one.
Any one of these, either Maxi Hughes or Galahad, no.
All right. So
They should
speaking,
fight somebody. I would like to see them fight the winner of Jojo Diaz and William Cepeda. Maxi Hughes. He should fight the winner of that. What do you think?
He ain't gonna beat any of them.
I'm just saying, so he can come to America and
get
make some
beat.
money.
Okay.
I think that'd be a good fight, or either Jojo or El Camarón. They fight on the 29th actually as well. So the Zone's having two fights that night. One in England and then one here in the U.S.
All right. Anything else, boys?
I think we covered most or everything, at least for this week.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, because
There's no boxing this weekend.
No, probably some small cards here and there, but nothing of note.
All right, well.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you soon.
And hit the bell notification button.
Just bleed.
Mm.